What's up YouTube, 10Ton here, and today I'll be reacting to the Minecraft Hardcore Season 7 trailer. Now, as a huge fan of Minecraft Hardcore, as you guys definitely already know from my channel and my uploads, by the way, go check out the Hardcore videos. Those took a lot of work, and hey, they're good content. Just saying. I'm not biased at all in that statement. Not biased at all. Anyway, now, before we get into watching this, I'm going to discuss my thoughts on what I've heard before going into this. So I had heard that they would be doing the Twilight Forest mod at some point, and that's what they would be going with for this season. Though I've heard that might have been canceled. They might be doing different things this time, something different, something new. And I'm down to clown. I'm down to see what they're doing this season. I've heard there's some kind of new twists, so I don't know what we're gonna get, but let's see. Also, hopefully this reaction isn't as terrible as the one for Starbound was, because oh my gosh, that was bad. Okay, got a sick beat. Hashtag season set. Okay, the Ender Dragon. What is positional audio? Okay, Winter Tundra biome. Pbg is a... Wow, he's a Youngtown 2? Youngtown 2. Oh, hey, Jeff, nice to see you again. Youngtown 2 is my boy Luke returning for the third time. Okay, Jared's back. That figures. We're just getting the regulars at this point. I'm assuming we're getting Dean back, and there he is as... I don't know what anime that is. Oh, hello, Barry. That's my boy. I'm glad Barry's back, because you never know with Barry. He's kind of 50-50. Luke, what happened to your hat? Luke, what happened to your hat, and why are you like a mall Santa? Okay, who's it? Moment I say it. And it's frickin' Ray. They're bringing frickin' Ray back. Jeff getting attacked by zombies. Jared trolling everybody else. Creeper with someone there that I can't see. Jared fighting skeletons alone.
Hey everybody, hope you're excited for the new season of
What's up, peeps?
Big thanks to our guests. Make sure you check them out, send them some love. Before you go, I have a couple important announcements for this season. This season, for the first time ever, we're adding something that I'm super excited about: positional audio.
Oh, what's this?
The further away a player moves from another player, the quieter they'll get, and eventually they won't be able to hear them at all. And the audience will also be hearing that exact same audio, so it adds a pretty spooky element to the show where everyone feels sort of more inclined to stick together out of necessity.
Sorry if I'm being quiet, I'm listening.
Spread out, we won't be able to hear the other group at all. And we also turned off all the HUD messages, so we won't really know what's going on with them. If something crazy happens to one group that's split off, the other group will be none the wiser. We're also trying a new release schedule for this season.
Okay.
We'll see if it works, if people like it. Instead of releasing on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, we will be releasing 3 days in a row on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So basically,
I like that.
Every weekend you'll be able to binge some hardcore.
Those are 3 days I have off from college, so I really like that, actually.
A commemorative ensemble shirt featuring everyone in this season that will be available for
nice shirt.
Starting right now. As well as a fun new hardcore all over print. I really
in
hope
this
you guys
thing.
enjoyed the season, had a lot of fun recording it. It's sort of a classic season with a new big twist. And yeah, make sure again you check out all the guests and check out their Twitch channels, YouTube channels, Twitters, all that stuff. Much appreciated. And see you guys when the first episode airs.
Alright. Now that PVG said his spill, let me discuss my thoughts. First, the cast. One, seeing the 5 returning players, because Jared's basically a returning player at this point, is nice. It's nice to see Dean back, because, boy, him not being in Starbound was a dying shame. A crying shame. Him not being in Starbound was a crying shame. It felt so bizarre having a season without him. Because he's freaking Dean. You gotta love Dean. He is our anime. He is our protagonist. He's our boy. And like the whole hardcore series, a lot of people joke that it's Dean's journey of him becoming a scrub to being a hardcore champion, which it kind of is, because Minecraft 4 and Minecraft 6 were really Dean's time to shine, as it's the 2 seasons he's won. This says a lot about Dean's progression over the course of the series, which I really like that how hardcore can build its own narratives, even though it's completely by accident and it's not intentional at all. It's one thing I really love about the series. The thing with like Luca, especially with her character back when she originally debuted in Terraria 3, like she started off as someone who needs McJones to do stuff. She wasn't very, wasn't very well aware what was going on. She was confused a lot of the time. She didn't know the game mechanics that well. And now, heck, she was like the most important member they had in Starbound. Like, she was the one calling the shots. She's the one that knew where everything was. She's the one that kept PBG, Barry, and Youngtown alive as long as they did. Wow, actually, that entire team died. Now that I think about that, like, only Jared's team survived that season, and they still lost Jeff. Huh. That's messed up to think about. Anyway, now on to Luke and Ray. Luke, glad to see him. He was originally going to be in Minecraft 4, so Luke's finally in a Minecraft season now, so that's nice to see. And Luke is by far my favorite guest player, so it's nice to see him again. Down to have Luke back. Hopefully this time he won't forget your armor, Luke. You would have won Starbound Luke if you remembered your armor, Luke. Never letting that go. But Luke's back, and I'm glad to see him because besides seeing him on Twitch, he rarely uploads anymore, so it's nice to see him in something again. Don't know why they really changed his sprite again. Like, I don't see what was wrong with the one with the hat. They used it last season. And now on to Ray. If you guys have seen my videos, my top 10s, like ranking, like the two of them that exist, ranking all the hardcore players, you'll know my opinion on Ray. I thought Ray was a good player in the season he debuts in, but I felt he really screwed up and potentially screwed them out of winning the season. Because if Ray had lived, if Ray had remembered to eat, so he doesn't die to the wither effect that the wither skeleton gives him when they hit you, then, you know, Ray wouldn't have died, and Ray could have stuck around. Ray would have known how to use the potions, so Jeff and Peebs could have used them, and Ray would have been there to help PBG and Jeff out, so maybe they would have never gotten into the situation with the pink sheep, where PBG gets killed by a creeper. So Ray could have done a lot more in his season, and he really screwed himself over, and it always bugged me. It's like, well, Ray, you were supposed to be this super involved, knowledgeable guy in Minecraft, and you failed so badly in the season. Heck, he also killed Dean by accident. So, Dean, do not go to the nether with him, period. Do not go in that portal with him, Dean. I don't want to see a repeat. But with the rest of it, yeah, I'm really excited for this season. I think it's going to be a good season overall, and I'm looking forward to it. And hey, if PBG wins, because I know some people always ask me, like, why is PBG lower than McJones? McJones has an overall lower score. And I've always said, well, their scores aren't that far apart, and the scoring system at the bottom represents some of why I put people in certain places, but it does not completely control why someone is where they are. Like, you can have the highest score in the world, but if you're not a hardcore champion, you're not cracking the top 13, buddy. That's how my list works. McJones overall, even despite his score being lower, has done more to the seasons that he's played in, and he's contributed more, which is why I rank him higher. So that's why McJones is placed where he is. And when it comes to the other players, PBG is an important member of the hardcore series. Heck, he's the host. He's in every single season. He's the only person to say he's been in every single season. So he's important. PBG is extremely important. Him and McJones and Dean are basically our three protagonists, and we watched their entire journey across the hardcore series. Sad to say, McJones had a pretty sour end, but PBG and Dean are still going, and they're still people I love to watch and enjoy. But PBG just hasn't really contributed as much as McJones did in McJones' time on the show. If PBG ever gets a second win, I might consider it. And if he ever gets a third win, he's above McJones. I'll say that right now. If PBG ever gets a second win, he most likely will go above McJones. But if he gets a third win, he absolutely will. But until that day comes, we'll have to wait and see. Now on to the new twists. Positional audio. I like it. I really like it, actually. You see, hardcore was a great concept when it was originally debuted. But over time, the seasons, I don't want to say they got stale, but they did get kind of repetitive. The entire thing with Minecraft Hardcore seasons, it got really stale really fast. As much as I love the show, they needed something. Like, other people that do hardcores, like the Samo's group, like, they're amazing. Samo's latest hardcore was groundbreaking in how difficult it was and how fun it was to watch. And other hardcores, like people like Cry and all of them, like, those hardcores were legitimately amazing. The whole trader concept and everything else they did with their seasons was great, and it really pushed hardcore forward as what a hardcore season could be like. While the real hardcore hasn't really been doing that all that much. Starbound, sure, it was new ground they treaded there, but Starbound itself wasn't really that interesting of a season. People say it's arguably one of the most generic and boring seasons of any season because it's so long. And while I'll say Starbound is extremely long and a bunch of episodes are kind of dull and skippable, the season as a whole is good. Like, they had a great cast. And another thing that people generally got mad at Starbite about was Jesse. Yes, love him or hate him. Personally, I like Jesse. But he did split the fan base. A lot of people hated Jesse. A lot of people hated Jesse. And a lot of people liked Jesse. But he split the fan base and he caused a lot of controversy because people found him annoying and that he wasn't very helpful. Now, of course, I like Jesse, but he didn't really help in that regard of helping the fan base stay together, especially after what happened in Minecraft 6. When that revival token was a terrible idea, as it really split the fan bases. People didn't like the concept of being able to bring someone back. And when they brought back Dodger over McJones, it just made the fan base livid. Like, there was constant arguments and constant yelling at people for so long. And no disrespect to Dodger, but yes, they should have picked McJones over you. That's not really an argument in terms of what McJones has done. Like, in terms of how valuable he would be. He's more valuable than Dodger ever was in her season. And I like Dodger. Like, I don't have any bad things to say about Dodger. She's a nice lady. But the smart thing to do is pick McJones. No one can say that's not true. But regardless of what they did, it also didn't help that Dodger dies in like 4 episodes after she's revived anyway, so it ultimately didn't even matter. Like, it just caused a lot of controversy, and Jesse did not help. Like, Hardcore needed a new twist, honestly. It needed something to spice things up and push the series in a better, into a better direction. And, like, this twist this time, I feel it'll be better because it's not a revive, so they can't bring anyone back, so that should ultimately, it won't cause controversy. It just makes things spookier, which Hardcore has always been able to scare me, and it's scared a lot of people. And this kind of mechanic, this will be interesting to see how the players react to it, and I'm very interested to watch this season when it comes out. I'm going to be very interested to see how well they do and where they go with it. Now, on to the new release schedule. I'm also down for that. I go to college, and I'm generally extremely busy during the week, so I wouldn't generally have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff, which is why uploads on the channel have slowed down dramatically over the last couple months. But on the weekends, it's when I'm free. So I'll have a lot of free time to work on stuff, and heck, on Sunday, I can just binge 3 episodes of Hardcore. That sounds nice. Assuming this isn't a DayZ season and there's only 3 episodes. Oh, could you imagine waiting half a year for a new season? 3 episodes. Good luck. Bye, guys. Oh, the fan base would be livid. Ooh. Now, on to the conclusion. I personally am looking forward to the season. I like the cast. I like that we get to see Ray again. Hopefully he can redeem himself. Heck, maybe even become a hardcore champion. I'd be very down for that. And I honestly hope that the dragon gives them a lot of problems. Like, because I'm sick of hardcore seasons where they win all the time. Like, I love seeing people win, but if they keep winning every season, it kind of draws away from the magic of seeing them win a season. You know what I mean? I honestly hope that this one is really hard for them. I don't want to wish death upon Luke, but I would. But if Luke was the only one to win, I wouldn't be complaining. But I want to see them struggle a bit. Like, I love hardcore, always will, but I want to see a season like Samoa's most recent hardcore season, where that is hard mode to the crap. Everything is horrible, everything is painful, everything is bad, everything wants to murder you constantly. And it was just an amazing thing to watch, just seeing him, Spicy, Cry, and all the other guys working through that, trying to stay alive as they face the unfair world they go. Like, that was an interesting season to watch because it's so unfair. And Scrubby major spoilers. Scrubby as the last one alive was great because Scrubby was kind of like the protagonist of the season in a way, and it builds its own narrative through the season. Which again, hardcore's their narratives, what they build, is essentially random, and it's never planned out. But it's so amazing when a storyline can be created out of a hardcore, and it's just because that's how it played out. If things happen slightly differently, hardcore history could be completely different. Like, think about this. What if Ray had eaten his food? How would that have changed Season 5? How would that have changed the later seasons? What if Jeff didn't accidentally fall to his death in Terraria 2? Him and Jones would have probably won Terraria 2, and that they wouldn't have done Terraria 3 then. Or the Terraria 3 would have been completely different, and Luke and Luca might not have premiered on that season. And heck, Terraria 3, they might have died earlier on because they might have done hard mode or something. You never really know. Like, it's crazy to think about how different some of the hardcore seasons could be if things played out differently. Anyway, yes, I'm extremely happy to see Ray. Glad Luke's back. He's my favorite guest, so I'm obviously glad Luke's back. My boy Luke's back. Can't complain. Seeing the returning, the good old returning cast, seeing the returning 5, great. Happy to see them all again. Hope Dean and Barry can get another win. Because heck, if Dean has 3 wins and everyone else doesn't, that will be perfect. Dean, my boy, please win. Please win. That would be the funniest thing in the world. I will die laughing if Dean somehow wins. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Now, of course, I like the twists. I like the new release schedule. I'm ultimately down with this season, and I can't wait to see it. I am kind of disappointed it's the Ender Dragon again, to some extent. And I guess that shows me no Twilight Forest mod. That's not happening. But I see them try to do the dragon again, because the dragon has legitimately changed since they fought it. So, if there's any Minecraft season they need to finish, it would be that. So, of course, I'm down to clown. I wouldn't mind if they did a season when they brought back as many of the old players as they could, and they had to do all the bosses at once, and maybe on a super hard mode or something. Throw in a mod to make it extra difficult because they have so many people, something like that. I think that would be a cool final season if they ever have, because Hardcore is eventually going to end. We all know it's going to happen someday. We hope it's not for a long time, but you never know. So, I just think that would be a cool way to end the series. Just bringing back as many of the old players as you can, have them all get on one Minecraft server, and they fight all the bosses. And they all start off together. They all go around the world. We just see how many people last. Seeing group after group getting murdered off. And that would be an amazing final season if they could ever do it. I know they probably couldn't, due to the fact that I doubt they could get all of them playing at once, and the fact that server would probably be so laggy that I don't think they could run it. But nice pipe dream. Anyway, guys, what did you think? Are you hyped for the new season? Who do you hope to win? Who do you hope loses? Who do you hope is the next hardcore champion? Do you think Tenton's going to make another part to that video series analyzing who is the best hardcore player? Well, you don't have to think about that, because I'm doing it. The moment this season ends, I'm doing it. Though, you'll probably have to wait a few days. Anyway, guys, this has been Tenton. Peace.